Leading up to our 40th anniversary next year in 2026, our staff and board entered into a collective visioning process with the communities that we serve. And it offered us an opportunity to study our context, our site, our history, to better understand how we might safeguard the park's future for the next 40 years and beyond amidst climate change, a rapidly changing neighborhood, and a shifting arts landscape. That is why we are asking for your help to join us in creating a future for the park that is not only sustainable, but as bold and as daring in service of our artists and surrounding community. We remain the only New York City organization to collaborate with artists on site for both the fabrication and presentation of their projects, while also acting as an environmental steward of this public park and a cultural anchor for our community. And so, surrounding our 40th anniversary next year in 2026 and the 30th anniversary of our Socrates Annual Fellowship, we are reflecting on the hundreds and hundreds of artists that have been invited to this site to bring their dreams to fruition, and for the first time, returning to our esteemed alumni to help us develop a nomination-based process for the selection of our fellows over the next 2 years. Many folks already know that Socrates is actually a landfill, but many don't know that we are a FEMA-designated high-risk coastal flood zone and within an environmental justice area where our residents have historically borne the brunt of pollution, lack of access to green space, and divestment in critical infrastructure. In 2026, we are anticipating a major seawall reconstruction project administered and managed by our partners, NYC Parks. Not only will the park remain open during the seawall reconstruction project, we are committed to preserving all of our programming, all the while amplifying our long legacy of work in ecological resilience. We're talking about a living, healthy ecosystem for everything down to the littlest of critters, to your lovely dogs, to, of course, you human beings. Just as our founder, Mark DeSuvero, and our early community members and artists saw possibility out of an illegal dump site, we see opportunity out of this additional acre of land entitled The Point. The reintegration of a long-term maintenance and storage site into public green space, a place where we get to activate our archive, celebrating the contributions of Mark DeSuvero, but also letting people in to our founder's story and adding the voices of our early community members and artists responsible for clearing this land and making Socrates what it is. In parallel, Socrates will be making its institutional knowledge publicly accessible for the first time with a major investment in our 40-year-old archive. We'll also be conducting an oral history project with our long-term community members and artist alumni, illuminating and expanding our founder's story. This will be a place where we inspire New Yorkers for generations to come through our legacy of shared will and collective action, reminding people that a site of resilience and resistance is still possible.
Join us at SocratesSculpturePark.org/40 years.